it's the second W, what? Let us say the first contract did not say what? Ocean views, mountain views, surf views. If it did not say that and it's in a bad wing, and there are bad wings of certain hotels or they're far out rooms or so, that's what you have to try to put in the beginning, that 75% of the rooms will be within 2 miles of the elevator, or those type of clauses. If it wasn't there and the person who signed it was misled by Ms. Gladhander or so, oh, don't worry about it, then it could be misrepresentation, it could be fraud, and you might start talking in the way, and I try to work things out before litigation, but we might start suggesting that, well, this was really one of misrepresentation. You show us A, you give us D, we're not going to take it. You should be sued for fraud. Fraud is treble damages, so get off my back, give me the other rooms and give me my money.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about going in and fighting for somebody else's mistake. But there's a comment here at the room I want to get you here.
Hi, Lady. I want to get your opinion on something. I see you referenced John Foster in here, and I attended a seminar of his at NCCMPI at one of the conventions, and he's written some articles recently on hotel profit, which he brought up when he talked about what is the out-of-pocket incremental cost of a hotel versus their profit, and what percentage is that profit. Well, I have a client, we attended the meeting together, and she has me trying to put a certain clause into hotel contracts now when it comes to the cancellation schedule, and they're adamantly not wanting to pay 100% of what the estimated cancellation damages would be because there is profit involved. So what she is trying to have me help her with is ask hotels at the most 75 to 80% versus 100%, and then backing into that with the cancellation schedule. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Bless your child. That is the theory. Yes. 75 to 80% is obscene when something like that happens, unless they really lost. But if they had other rooms available, and that's the key. If you had a 100-room block, and the night that your people didn't show up, they had 150 rooms, then don't give me this 70 or 80% back. Give me only the out-of-pocket cost that might have had. Or so. That's the way I look at it. I don't allow my mind, even when I'm on the hotel side or so, to try to think of all that without importing it. What are the damages? It's the basic element of lawsuit. You must prove damages. Everybody's got all this excitement and all. What are your out-of-pocket damages? And if you're allowed a reasonable profit, what is the reasonable profit? But it's not 70 or 80% to pay for all the years that you've done.
Actually, on both ends. First of all, on the point where which kind of has changed to the client, I think the topic here is like an art of contract negotiation, and as opposed to the science. I mean, the science is like really what's in a contract and real specific, but the art is really the actual relationship stuff and supply and demand and leverage. So either you, because you're a third party and you have lots of other clients that can help bring to that hotel, that's one of your leverages, or the size and weight of that particular organization's future business is your leverage. But I think it's a long-term relationship angle that you're going to get, as opposed to specific science. They have like ROH for one house, the rooms, you didn't specify this way or that way or a certain type. I think you're going to have to angle it that way on the future potential of either you and your many clients or that particular organization that you're representing this time. I think that's really going to be the art of that particular negotiation. And then on the something reselling the rooms on the profitability, I think that the issue is not just profit on a room rate, or might be somebody might make 75% on the rooms, but they might be losing money in the food division, very even on the beverage division, making a little bit on a phone or meeting them with the whole composite. So I like at the end of the contract, I think what makes it mutually beneficial for both sides, cancellations, attritions, any kind of liquidated damages, is to actually put a number. Here's the actual date, here's an actual number. Because that way both sides know in advance and can tell their upper manager who doesn't understand, this is the exposure, and know that dollar amount right now. And we agree with it. If we don't agree with it, we'll debate that right now before we sign the contract.
Unless a result.
Unless
a result. I agree. I like that too.
Yeah, I mean, you put the result, but then you also resold it at what rate, and, you know, did I have to resell it at price line it was 39 and it was 339?
Right, your identification of risk is much cleaner if you do have a total, I agree.
It's a good, yeah, on that one, it's a good way of doing it from a hotel standpoint. I recognize that. Hotels haven't gotten to the aspect of the cruise lines yet, where they can give away the cruise, which they're doing. I've got a guy buying a Carnival 3 nights for $100, put him into cruise, $33 a night, because you know these silly trends with the umbrellas, you know the art auction, you know the outrageous sports, all these other awards are far more than what they're selling. The hotels are
Las Vegas
is
doing it. They make a lot more money on the gamblers than two of the rooms, so Las Vegas is
Those
doing
are
it.
ladies.
Yeah.
Kind of into this whole, in their industry, I always wondered if the hotels have insurance against the losses, when they don't have to do it. Are they actually making double profits?
Good question. She's asking, you know, in this case, it's a cancellation or something by a group. Does the hotel have any insurance? Or let's say we'll use the terrorism thing, and something happens, and there's a group that was booked to come in, and they can't come in, and all of a sudden the hotel has lost tons of money because the group can't come in. What about insurance? Wouldn't insurance cover that force majeure issue or cancellation issue? Hoteliers, what do you think? Do you have anyone have any answers on that? Because I don't.
You know, first of all, the abuse of force majeure is growing. That used to be a little line that was talking about a declared world war.
Yeah, now it's like 5
after
pages.
Pearl Harbor. Now it's any little thing. I noticed in yours you said terrorism, domestic or abroad. Well, there's probably 150 acts of terrorism around the world every day. So if the car bomb goes off in Madrid today, does that give you the right to cancel this ratio here at this hotel right now? Because an act of terrorism happened abroad. So that abuse, I think, is getting a little bit one side to the other way. But the insurance issue is that, you know, major hotels have really high, you know, amounts of deductible, and they're going to pay millions before they get any kind of insurance. It's going to have to be like a huge citywide, massive type hotels in Orlando or Las Vegas where there really needs to be insurance thing. I think the reverse is probably the safer thing for long-term relationships, is that the meeting planners, the corporations and the meeting planners need to have by cancellation insurance. Because that way, no lawyers get involved, nobody's had insurance about current relationships, because there's insurance. If something happens, you cancel, it's done. You know, everybody's happy.
It's a good point, and force majeure is not like the cross to the vampire. You know, you raise it in all contracts as opposed to cease. But what's happening, the insurance companies, and I would normally advise, depending on the area, cancellation type insurance for the company, but now they're getting smart, and the terrorism event has to be in the city within so many miles. For example, we had the Turkish bombs, and those policies did not cover because it was in, you know, Tiburon, it was in the suburb and not in the city, and that insurance company would not pay on any of those claims. So be very careful with terrorism insurance that you're really getting into.
I want to take